Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about markets. Welcome, everybody, and happy Friday. Another week in the books. I'm going to go ahead and classify this week as, once again, another week within the Hotel California range, but it does seem as though we are nearing conclusion finally. And we will talk about that on this show. But first, I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Max, Tucker, and Louie. Tuesday. It is Friday, however, so we're going to call him Louie Friday. Welcome to the audience as well. I hope you have all had a great start. Well, not a great start, but a great week throughout, right? Like I said, it is Friday. We have come into the end of the week, another week where we are trading within the range, although Bitcoin is giving us an indication that that range could finally be ending. Once again, majors seem to be leading the way this morning, right? We talked about that dynamic throughout this week, but obviously it makes sense to see altcoins run after majors break out. We will talk about that later on this stream, but only if you guys can smash that like button. It is Friday. I know a lot of you guys are excited to get into your weekend. So if you could do us a favor and smash that like button, do what the YouTube gods and their algorithms ask from us. And we'd be very appreciative, though, guys, if you could do that. We'll, of course, cook for you no matter what. But happy Friday, like I said. This might be my favorite day of the week, quite frankly. As you guys know, I'm a big college football and weekend enthusiast. But I'll stop waffling. I'll talk about the markets. That's what you guys are here for. Like I said, Bitcoin right on the cusp of breaking out of this range. Finally, right? We've been trading within it for, I mean, I feel like I lose count of the months every time that I try to think about how long we've been in this range. I think the number's at like 8 at this point, 8 months, but we tested all-time highs earlier this week. We got a dip yesterday, very correlated with legacy markets, right? I mean, you had the S&P and the NASDAQ down about 1.5% to 2% in a single day. The S&P came down kind of into that target area we were looking for near 5,700, and we've gotten a huge bounce since then out of that level. Bitcoin especially has responded well. I know ETH has responded well throughout the New York session. NVIDIA is responding well, of course, MicroStrategy, and then a few other leading altcoins are responding to it extremely well. But Bitcoin is trading right near its range highs, as are many of these other altcoins that you are trading. Therefore, whenever Bitcoin is going to give you that candle, that up thrust into price discovery, it makes sense that we see altcoins and a lot of these other assets that might be lagging this morning catch up rather quickly. Right. But right now, we kind of need majors to dominate the flow of things. And I think Bitcoin dominance is still supportive of this idea, as well as ETH Bitcoin. We've been talking about the importance of kind of a Bitcoin-led market, but really majors leading the market. But I'm going to go back to Bitcoin first. Bitcoin dominance looks ready to break out. ETH Bitcoin looks ready to break down. We talked about how that is usually a positive sign for Bitcoin USD looking to enter price discovery. And that has been our backdrop kind of throughout the entire week. But last week we had, or not last week, but yesterday we had a bit of a hiccup. We've had a really great buyback this morning. I'd love to know y'all's thoughts on the price action over the last 48 hours, what you're expecting here over the next week. And of course, as always, I have to ask every Friday, what are your weekend plans, gentlemen?
I want to say one thing unrelated to what you just asked. You know what I think is so funny is that when you do the intro, Tommy, you said, "My name is Snorlax, but you also know me as Tommy." It's like your real name is Tommy, but you say I'm Snorlax, but you all like Tommy's your nickname, you know?
He is
Snorlax.
How do you know my name's not Snorlax, Max?
I mean, I've seen your driver's license, you know, we have a partnership agreement and payroll, but you know,
True.
yeah. I mean, these are all facts, but I just think it's funny that like you identify more as Snorlax than you do Tommy. I'm officially Snorlax, but my nickname is Tommy. So funny.
I think I've just been given the intro for so long that it's that thought hadn't really occurred to me that most people at this point probably know me as Tommy rather than Snorlax. But I remember when I first doxed and when I was first giving introductions for BB, everybody knew me as Snorlax, and you would say Tommy, everybody's like, "Who's Tommy?" And so I just kind of have built that into the.
Where did it come from, Tommy? Where did Snorlax? Did you just love the
I'll tell him.
Pokemon?
I'll tell him. Tommy used to be 600 pounds. Okay, it's a big secret. But
Oh, really?
No, no, not actually. I
Continue.
obviously I love Pokemon, obviously, but really the reason that it's my profile picture is because I just happened to find a Snorlax with a Pepe on it, and I was like, well, this is good enough for a shitposting crypto account, and I threw it on there, and then it became my online persona. So here we are.
That was kind of the same with mine, Tommy. Honestly, I was just like, Hagrid sounds good. I'll use that. I was a Harry Potter enthusiast back in the day, I'll admit.
And my name is Max, and I started a company called Because Bitcoin. So it's Max Because Bitcoin. We're all the same, guys. We're all the same, all of us, with our funny stories.
Yeah.
But your weekend plans?
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
Not go too far away from that. I have to ask every Friday.
I'm going to a Halloween thing tonight. It's like a kids thing, though. I've got a 16-month-old, so it's like a parents bring your kid kind of part. I think it's my wife's has a friend, and they're having a bunch of couples over. So I'm, I don't know. I'm gonna go meet some people. I guess do a lot of small talk tonight, but it's gonna be great. So I'm doing that. And that's it, man. I don't know. That's it. Just gonna
What
probably
about tomorrow, Max? What about tomorrow? No football?
Oh, I'll probably watch some football, man. I mean, what else is there to do? It's snowed in Minnesota, so it's like seasonal depression's here, man. I need the price to go up.
Yeah.
So if there's a good game on tomorrow, I'll watch it. But yeah,
Those Vikings looking pretty good, huh?
Yeah, they're doing. I mean, but here's the thing: they've done this before. They started 5-0 once before, and then just.
I've seen that stat, and then they lost. They won like 3 or 4 more games after that, and that was it.
Yeah, it's not good. We always seem to mess it up, man. Not to be that guy, but I mean, data's data,
Yeah.
The Vikings turn into the Vikings very quickly.
Yeah.
They just don't get it done.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm gonna be shilling Andy at the party tonight. Like, I think there's about 20 couples that are gonna be there. So I figure if I can get half of them to buy Andy, that'd be a pretty good night for me.
That would be a good night.
They're gonna be like, never invite this guy back.
Yeah, what is this guy?
Just handing out Andy, like ledgers with Andy on it to the kids.
No, you need to do this, Max. You need to hand out some of these.
Oh man, look at that. Oh, look at this.
Look at that.
Look at this guy.
Damn.
Nice.
I need some of that.
Guys, I need a favor from you guys. I just put out a nice Andy tweet. I need you to go boost that tweet for me. All right. You guys boosted and hammered my my Pepe tweet the other day, and it really was great. I need you to do that with Andy now. All right. If you can go to my Twitter real quick and just absolutely abuse the retweet button. That would be ideal. But yeah, anyways, that was my weekend. What's up with you guys?
Dude, I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I'll probably hang out with some buddies, but going to the meat market in the morning. They make tacos on Saturdays. It's gonna be great.
You looking for some meat sticks?
Yeah, we're gonna get some meat sticks tomorrow, and then we're gonna go hit the polls later that day, and then
the polls. Like you're gonna go polling.
Gonna go vote, brother. Gonna go polling. Yeah, I'm gonna go around and ask people. Have you guys? Well, first of all, I've never been polled. Has anyone else been polled?
It's a scam.
I've never been polled, bro.
I don't know.
Never.
It's a New York thing.
I'm gonna go do that, and then I don't know. Probably just watch football from like Saturday at 4 p.m. until Sunday at until the Sunday night football game's over. Pretty much straight. Yeah.
That sounds like my weekend. Just the football part.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go vote and watch football.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Over or under on 5 cigars this weekend?
Under. We're cutting back a little bit.
Really? We're afraid of emphysema?
Can't be like 3 a day. It's just too much. I'm probably down to like 3 a week at this point.
Wow. Okay.
You're
Well,
definitely
study.
planning
up in
to have a kid or something. I guarantee you're planning to have a kid now. That's a man that's planning for a family, trying to cut back on smoking.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the
Yeah.
wife has never enjoyed it, but it is what it is.
I mean, it smells like shit. What are you
We all
gonna do?
make sacrifices, right?
Yeah, exactly. The worthy sacrifice. What are you doing this weekend, Louis?
Yeah, probably gonna go vote tomorrow, and then a whole lot of nothing. Hopefully, nothing. I'm at the point where just like when I have no plans on the weekend, I'm just like, nice.
Well, your Jets won yesterday, so
Yeah, that's good. Didn't even watch the game. Just
The
fell
Jeets.
asleep. Didn't even go to the game. I have
The New
season
York
tickets.
Jeets.
My dad went. The New York
Yeah.
Jeets.
For real,
And I
the
was like,
New
yep.
York Jeets.
I was like, I'm not going. I'm not watching. I'm not betting. They'll win, and they did. Woke up, they won. I was like, all right, maybe it's me.
The New York
But yeah, a whole lot of nothing.
Jeets,
Hopefully,
bro.
lazy Sunday.
The New
Unbelievable.
York Jeets.
I know.
I know.
That's a good one.
It's crazy.
All right,
Yeah.
let's talk about the market, boys.
Yeah,
This
probably.
is like a Friday waffle session. Let's
Wait,
get
I
into it.
thought it was over though. I thought
It was over last night. So the October monthly candle closed. We dropped 1,000 points. All the goofball mouth breathers came out on Twitter and they were like, time to victory lap after getting a 7,000 point face ripper green October monthly candle. Time to come out and victory lap about only losing 20% of my account and not 40% of it after losing money. They come out, start victory lapping. And now suddenly we're back again, or maybe it's still over. I don't know. Someone help me.
No, man, we're back. We're back again.
Yeah,
We are absolutely back again.
never below the October or the October close ever
Never
again.
below 2,400 ever.
Ever.
no. Clip it.
I'm confident on Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks good, but ETH, I still can't. I still
We
can't
know,
hold
Tommy.
those.
We know. You can't get on board.
ETH wanted to spook some people out on Halloween.
All right, but look at
yesterday.
this. This is so.
Put the
Wait,
cloud on there, Tucker.
I know. Wait, what was I on?
What is it with U.S. holidays and them just nuking price every holiday?
Look at this.
Yeah,
Look how
but-
clean this is. Look how
Great,
clean this
great
is.
time to
Structure.
liquidity.
Structure before the rip. Come back into it. Send. Oh wait, what do you think happens this time? Study the stair step to Valhalla, bro. I'll put the cloud on for you, Tommy. I'll put the cloud.
Yeah,
Boom.
I love the
retest.
context of the cloud.
Ooh. Using the cloud as support. Man.
Man, oh
That looks
man.
I
good.
wonder what it looks like back here. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I wish I had. Does it work on log? Does the cloud work on log?
Shouldn't make any difference.
It should indeed. Yeah. We'll take it. Breakout from cloud in Q4 by having your see ya. Okay, that's what we'll say.
So Shine's calling for 40K today.
Oh, it was 80K yesterday, so I'm confused.
No,
Sean.
he said
No,
83K.
So 83 and then 40.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
that makes so much sense.
I actually don't even understand how that would happen here. Like,
Let me help you, Max. Let me help you then. It would be because that's how markets move.
I guarantee
That's out
there's an Elliott wave count out there that suggests that that's going to happen.
there. Bro, that's just the worst type of TA, in my opinion.
It's unbelievable.
Of all of them, that's just
Elliott
like the worst
fades?
one. Elliott fades. Yeah, it's just horrible. You could just throw it on anything and just be like, oh no, here's the line goes here, then it goes here, then it goes there, then it goes here. Like, come on, bro, be done.
Yeah, bro, it's something else. I'll tell you.
Can't you see it? It's so obvious, Max. So clear.
It's so clear. Yeah. Here's the thing: is like I see a lot of people mess up all different kinds and styles of TA, But I never see people miss the mark more than people trying to use Elliott waves, man.
I agree.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
anybody use it effectively so far. I don't follow a lot of people that use it, but I'm just saying I haven't seen it yet. I've seen fibs work really well. I've seen harmonics work well. I've seen range traders do really well. I've seen even like the diagonal bull flag boys do well. Like I've seen just about everything work. I have yet to see someone like really knock it out of the park with Elliott waves. But maybe someone's out there. I haven't seen it yet. Therefore, I call them Elliott fades.
Yeah. Deservedly so. Man, I like the look of that, actually. I like the 5-day view. Oh, it's because it was the index. I think it still looks pretty good. We did have our highest 5-day close ever. I didn't recognize that.
We had the second highest monthly close ever.
I know. Crazy.
You had people posting the weekly candlestick before the week even closed. Just shameful stuff.
Yeah.
Instantly muted. I'm done with that.
Shameful
Done
stuff.
looking at that stuff. I'm just done. I'm just done.
Look at this pattern, though, bro. Wow, look at that. Louis, you will appreciate this.
What?
Grind up, red meat stick down. Grind up, one red meat stick down. Grind up, meat stick.
We're making sausage.
8 hours and this red meat stick is done. Okay. There you go. I see a lot of red over here. I see a lot more green over here. So
how are you going to fade the seasonality and the election tailwind with a structure that literally has just eclipsed the previous like 5 months of lower highs? How are you going to fade that? How are you going to do that?
I know, bro.
What's the seasonality on? Isn't like this the week that ETH broke out last cycle? Is like November 2nd, like tomorrow or something like that?
We should do that. We should do that. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna do this.
Because I think the big concern is ETH. I think everyone knows that Bitcoin looks good, but there's still speculation that Bitcoin's going to do great and ETH just not going to move.
But I'm telling you, it doesn't matter, man. It genuinely does not matter how cooked ETH looks, because it will get dragged up by Bitcoin. That's how this always goes, man. Is ETH always looks like it's cooked, and then Bitcoin basically resuscitates it, and then it's good. Doesn't matter how fried it looks. I had actually
jobs data
prefer it
today
to be fried because the catch-up trade is going to be that much better.
Yeah. I thought the jobs number was decent this morning, but I only took a quick glance.
No, it was good.
It's good.
yeah,
Yeah. Someone's saying it was bad. Joking.
Do we even need to pay attention to the data anymore? I mean, it's pretty clear that they're not going to let.
Tommy,
I feel like
pay attention to the data. Come on.
There's just no point in paying attention to the data because there's no reason we should be getting accurate data before the election.
I don't think we're going to get accurate data after the election.
I don't think we are either. I think we're kind of in a new paradigm where we're never going to get accurate employment data ever again.
I know.
I'm happy. I've talked about this, bro, and I don't know if you agree. If there's one thing you can count on, it's for our government officials to lie when it benefits them. So if they're lying to benefit themselves also happens to benefit me and my long bias for risk assets, I'm happy for them to manipulate the data. I don't care. We always say this jokingly, but not. The secret ingredient is crime. So if they're going to be criminals and lie about the data to save their own asses or line their own pockets, then I want to swim with the ones that make the laws, that are willing to lie and manipulate the data on their own behalf. That's why people make a living copy trading politicians. You know, they're insider trading. You can be mad about it, or you can be like, this is public knowledge. All I have to do is just trail them. It's not a secret. You know, why would you be mad about it? It's not like you don't know. Like, it gets published, it gets disclosed. If if they're insider trading and you have access to their trades, then just trail Nancy Pelosi. You know? Anyways, enough about it's like, what are we talking about here? You know? I kind of agree with you. We don't even need to worry about the data. Like, they are going to spit out what they're going to revise down anything that they need to. Like, we're good.
Yeah, it's epic. And
It's
all
epic.
the guys on the macro guys on Twitter are just gonna continue screaming into the void. It's hilarious.
I know. It's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, here's your elections. Like, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough for me because I do think, like, Tommy, help me out here because, like, I'm kind of on the same page as you of that the election does matter a lot.
Yeah.
But like here, Biden won, and here Trump won, and we sent regardless. And like, you know, markets perform better under Democrats, blah blah blah. Like, tell me why, reinforce why it matters.
I think it matters for positioning in the market specifically because we've basically been pricing in one outcome for months. And I think the entire market is now positioned in a way where it's all expecting that outcome to occur. So if that outcome doesn't occur, or there's something that causes uncertainty around that outcome, right now, I mean, people are well hedged into the election, but after it, not really as much, because I think people are obviously expecting certainty to arrive next Tuesday. But if there's something that causes more uncertainty, or the outcome that people are not positioned for to occur, there's going to be some positional unwinds. And I think that's what matters, right? And what I think is different than something like 2020 and 2016 is there was a lot of uncertainty around who was going to win the election. But in 2024, everybody's kind of all on the same boat, at least from the market standpoint, about who is going to win and what that is going to mean for markets. And so you have aggressive long positioning with hedging into the event. And after that event passes, if the outcome doesn't occur where everybody wants to be long for it, and people aren't hedged, you know, what can happen?
Mm-hmm.
I think, Tucker, that it doesn't, like, 6 to 9 months out, it doesn't really matter. Like, I think we're trending up regardless. And it's actually less about whether it's a Republican or a Democrat. And actually, the better performance comes from when you get a new president in office, typically. And we're getting a new president in office. Kamala is in the administration. She's not the president right now. So we're getting a new president, regardless of the outcome. I do think, my own political biases aside, markets do favor Trump, and he is overwhelmingly pro-crypto. Whether you like him or not, it does not matter. Whether you think he's sincere or not, it does not matter, because he saw 50 million Americans own crypto, and somebody was smart enough to advise him to say, hey, who cares about crypto? Just be super bullish on crypto, and you got 50 million votes sitting on the floor, and you can pick them up, right? It was a genius move, genius strategic move. And the Democrats have been overwhelmingly difficult to deal with when it comes to crypto legislation. Like, they have been not even just like defensive, they have been on the attack for this entire administration. So I think that the magnitude of the bull market that we are on the cusp of will be the difference, right? I don't think it's going to matter. Like, we're going to go up. I think that we are going to rally regardless. But I will say I do think that we would get a more muted bull market if the Democrats remain in office. But again, that's not my political opinion. I'm not going to be sharing that. I'm only here to talk about how it affects financial markets. And I think it does matter, right? Like, I do think it does matter who wins for crypto specifically.
If you love altcoins, it matters who wins. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, if you love speculating on altcoins, it definitely matters who wins.
I mean, look
In
at
the
these
short term
charts
or the long term,
too,
though?
bro.
Long term, the long term thematic of government spending isn't going anywhere. but we've already seen the impact that restrictive legislation and really just restrictive legislation has had on getting new liquidity into crypto. I mean, think about how impactful in hindsight the whole Silvergate and SVB crisis were. I mean, you basically debanked one of maybe the most prominent bank to onboard wealth management and hedge funds into crypto. So it has mattered as far as getting liquidity into crypto, which has a byproduct and impacts altcoin speculation, because altcoins are a product entirely of liquidity. So I do think it matters to a large degree, especially if you like altcoins.
Yeah. No, I agree. I worry that it does matter this time slightly more than other times. Not that it's different, but I mean, I can't fade the charts that I'm seeing right here though, right? I mean, these charts are obscene, dude. Like imagine the parabola post election. I mean,
We don't even need that much.
what are we talking about here doesn't even do it justice. Like, yeah, an unfathomable amount of buying. But yeah, they're cheating us a little bit right now, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, a little morning jittery happening.
You saw the spike of volume come in at the top of the move, so I don't know if that's good or bad.
I mean, I think Bitcoin looks fine as long as you're not retracing the entirety of this week's impulse, right? Because that was a pretty contextually big move. Volume was huge. We have it probably at least 2 billion of ETF buying this week. I think this weekly candle is going to be very important. Like if you're just mapping out kind of levels to be paying attention to and where Bitcoin should be respecting market structure, that's what I would be looking for.
Tommy, they're coming after your walls, bro.
Dude. all right, so the office this is my office, guys. It's being renovated as we speak, so it looks a little bit rough behind me, so just go easy on my background today. I blame StreamYard and Google Chrome for for giving me problems today, but either way, soon it's going to be a beautiful background behind you. Fear not. I'm going to have a painting over there on the wall. It's going to be great.
It's going to be epic.
I really think we're just going to be kind of in a chop fest until the election, man. It's I mean, why would they rip it into the election? You know, like there's going to be hedging going into this binary event no matter what. And Tommy, you said it best yesterday. It's like markets hate uncertainty. So it's like we simply just need to be patient. Someone got mev'd really hard.
Dude, I don't.
That's not on Deck Screener, by the way, but there was like a 200K mev squeeze. Jared from Subway squeezed someone for 5K.
Wait, is that real?
113K buy.
That was like 5 minutes ago, bro.
No, I know. It's not on Deck Screener, but
it's not. Why is it not on Deck Screener, but it's on TradingView?
I don't know. But Jared from Subway squeezed someone for 5K.
Jeez.
Jared.
Also, I don't think enough people appreciate that name, Jared from Subway.e. And he sandwiches people on chain. It's literally the funniest thing ever. No one appreciates it. It's
it's a real person?
Comedy. Well, it's a person behind it, but it's like a bot that squeezes you when your spread is too big on chain. It basically like front runs your buy and then sells it to you at a small profit.
He made this guy buy right here.
He squeezed someone for 5K, bro. Someone bought in and is just so cucked already, man.
Shambles.
Yeah, it's just funny, man. You gotta get MEV protection, or you gotta tighten up that spread, or use smaller orders or something. So it's just such a funny name, man. Like it is so clever.
Speaking of fun candles, there's one chart in particular I'd love to take a look at this morning, and that's ticker Bitcoin.
Oh my god, I saw that.
Okay, we need to talk about that. That was crazy what happened. So Tommy, please explain what happened for those that are unfamiliar.
So basically, guys, what happened is that somebody nuked 3 million of spot on chain in 4 transactions, and they did it all in the span of like 2 or 3 minutes. But they simultaneously, apparently, supposedly had a short open on Bybit. So they hit twice on this trade. I don't think the wick went quite as low on perps as it did with spot. Like I bet if you pulled up the ticker on Bybit, it wouldn't be as low. But that's a wick right there. I mean,
That's
if
illegal?
I've ever seen one.
But Tommy, tell him what the guy did with his profits. That's the most epic part.
What did he do with the profits?
He swapped it into Bitcoin, bro, immediately.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
he bought
right.
50 Bitcoin with it immediately.
So how much did he lose on selling that much that quickly?
So my estimation was about $1 million to $1.5 million in slippage,
Oh my
roughly.
God.
But if he had a short open,
Yeah.
it may not have mattered for him, right? Like he
Printed.
may have made it back on perps. But I mean, he sold. I mean, if he wasn't short, he sold like an idiot. He cost himself 7 figures. But again, if he was hedged for his event that he caused, then it was no problem. But the dude literally swapped into 50 Bitcoin. He sold ticker
sick.
Bitcoin for real Bitcoin.
Wow.
Crazy,
That's
man.
a Chad move.
Chad
like it.
move, indeed.
No, that's extremely based. And it's even funnier to me that he waited almost a year and a half holding that just so that he could dump on people who were longing on leverage. I mean, that is the most like Milady Remilio type act I've ever seen. Oh man. But yeah, I just had to appreciate the size of that candle. Like it's not often you get a coin as big as Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu that nukes basically down 80 or 90% on the 1 minute chart. Like it just doesn't really happen that often.
I mean, what an entry though.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to fill that wick, or that's just never?
I do think it'll feel that way personally, but
can you zoom in on that, Tucker? Maybe go to like the 30-minute or something like that, just so we can
look at that. Oh my gosh. I mean, you would have bought that, you'd be up like 150% right now.
I mean, low key, if it is going to fill that wick, the place to short is like the point of origin of the dump. If it comes back up to right there,
yeah,
you hammer that with a tight invalidation.
Mm-hmm.
Like underneath all that right there, bro, is like if for whatever reason they need to fill that wick.
They're cheating us.
God damn what? It. Whoa, Louis, whoa. Oh.
Oh my God.
The New York Open.
Got him. The New York Open.
Got him again. Did they retrace the full New York Open?
They are doing it right now.
Yeah, they just did.
Wow,
Patriots.
That is such a TradFi move, dude.
Everybody, thoughts and prayers for your favorite leverage trader. He's probably not.
Yeah, seriously.
This is such a TradFi Open. Usually they do it in like 10 minutes, though, not like 2 hours.
Well, pack it up.
We're shine in the comments.
Straight to 40K finally.
But yeah, no, we were talking about ticker Bitcoin. I had something I wanted to say. It's been funny. I remember now the overlays I've been looking to put on ticker Bitcoin are unlike any other chart that I've ever done. Obviously, because it's been in this range for effectively over a year at this point. I just look at the VIX. I've been looking at the VIX and I'm like, okay, I'm going to see if I can find some VIX price action to throw on ticker Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, TradFi still all up 1% each.
Dude, none of this shit matters at all. Like literally go touch grass for 5 days and then come back after the election. Like none of this shit matters at all. I said this to our Discord community. I said, I'm really of the opinion that it's just going to be annoyance until the election. Like, why would it pump before?
Yeah.
Why would it? They're going to pin it. They're going to pin it. There is so much money. I think I saw that there was like 80 billion in stable coins on ETH just like sidelined right now. I'm telling you, like, if we get a favorable election, an uncontested election,
That's the
gonna
thing
bump.
I
too.
love
It's
that.
like, is it going to be one of those where like it's dragged on for weeks?
No. Well, dude, when is the last time that happened? Like,
The last election.
2000?
no, the last election did not. No.
It was 2000, wasn't it? With Gore and Bush.
Yeah.
I
I think
think-
it's gonna be clean, bro. I think it's gonna
I
be
think
clean.
if the outcome the market's not expecting doesn't happen, it's pretty likely it's going to be contested into mid-December.
No. Mm-mm. Wait. If just English, Tommy, English.
Okay. So the market's expecting Trump to win.
Yes.
If Trump does not win, I think it's highly likely. If Trump does not win on election night, I think it's highly likely that you see that uncertainty persist into maybe not quite the mid-December election certification, but at least a little bit after the election.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
If it's close, there's almost zero chance that somebody's conceding on election night.
Knees will be bent. Okay, knees will be bent. That's the thing. We need it to not be close. We literally need it to be a landslide, like a clean landslide. Which I think if everything's fair, it would be, but we'll see.
We'll see. Let's talk about Sol. I haven't mentioned Sol today.
Well, it's cheating with Bitcoin today.
Damn, it's a disgusting lick.
I mean, the run it had from where it did to that major, down sloping resistance, you can't expect it to break on the first try. I mean, this is normal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just want to see it continue to hold this weekly impulse.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, I think altcoins are coming down a good bit more, right? Just given the Bitcoin dominance.
Bloody Barry. Oh, shit. I'll personally be voting. Oh, man.
This move reminds me of what we saw. When was that? A couple weeks ago.
Which one?
The pump, and then the dump.
Which one?
Yeah, I know, right? What was this? Tuesday, October 15th.
It's getting harder for me to, like, usually I can always point to price action and be like, yeah, that happened on X date in X month of X year. And now it's just like starting to all blur together because we've been in the range for so long. And yeah, it's like, oh yeah, do you remember that price action from this part of the range? And it's applicable to like 2 or 3 other the same scenarios in the range. Yeah, no, I'm Hotel California, guys.
Yeah, Sol is very much still stuck in that.
It's wild how long we've been stuck here, man. It's been since March. It's already November. That's crazy.
It's terrible.
It's crypto purgatory.
It's a good way to describe it. But I mean, look, we're getting clarity hopefully on crypto here in about like a week. So I do agree if we are getting certainty on the election and on Tuesday, then like crypto's probably going to rip.
We're getting certainty, Tommy. I feel it. I feel it in my bones, brother. I feel it.
What do we think about let's look at some legacy charts, right? Because maybe crypto's red today, but there's definitely some opportunity available in legacy markets at present. The S&P is up 1% again. The NASDAQ is up 1.5%. NVIDIA trying to break back into price discovery. I mean, I look at all these charts, they all look like NVIDIA. So we're kind of just trading NVIDIA more or less when we're talking about indexes.
Yeah, TradFi guys just can't stop making money, dude. They can't stop. They just keep printing every day. And we just watch our altcoins bleed. It's great.
They just keep putting that liquidity into NVIDIA.
Yeah, man.
And maybe Tesla soon. We'll look at that as well.
I don't know. That look on NVIDIA I don't like it too much.
If it's a deviation above range highs, I agree.
Yeah. If you come back below like 130, it looks pretty fried.
Yeah, I would agree.
Oh, I'm gonna have to yeet this guy out of the
Oh,
look,
God.
Giannis. I think that's how I say your name. Please
Janice.
be polite with how you shill. Don't.
There's a couple of them.
Dude, they're just raiding right now, man.
If you're
They're
rating us,
raiding.
we're gonna block you. That's
It
point blank.
absolutely. I got one out. I got no. I got him, Tommy. It's fine.
Tucker might just give you the ban hammer, but I try to give a
Yeah.
little bit of leniency.
Tucker rules with an iron fist.
Yeah, not with that. Bro. When you're going all caps, it's boom.
Eat him.
No
Finish
one
him.
buy. No one buy X ticker. You raid, you blocked. Yeah, that's kind of a unique aspect of this channel, honestly.
We don't like the rating.
Not many other channels will block you if you raid.
Oh my god.
Don't shill some garbage, Fetty. Don't shill some garbage. You'll be fine.
Look, we'll talk about shitcoins, but we like to keep it within reason, guys. If it's like a micro cap and you're spamming us, that's where we draw the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like the Patriots are on vacation this morning. Maybe they got an early start to their weekend, or maybe they were out with their kids too late last night for Halloween.
Let's go back to the monthly open, right? I feel like every monthly open we see, at least the first week of the month, we usually set the monthly low, right?
Look at October, prime example.
Yeah.
It's the first August, big dump in the first 5 days. September, October, now it's November. I think we dump into the election and pump out of it is really what I think happens. Not that we have to like nuke from here, but just like we set a little monthly open trap. Yeah. Like we have every other month. Like it wouldn't, we're already kind of doing it. That looks kind of nasty, but
what's the VIX doing today? Do we reject from that high or no?
Yeah, we did. All right. Let's go, baby.
Fill the gap, retest the high before the election, and then zero. Then the VIX goes negative.
Hang on. Let's check. Yeah. Get stuffed.
Trend line break.
There's an obvious demand for hedges right now because people don't know what's going to happen with the election.
Yeah, which I will grant them is fair. I would also hedge right now if I wasn't fully deployed.
If I wasn't a Giga Chad, I would probably be.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the other ticker that kind of communicates a little bit of that outcome uncertainty is the MOVE index, which I don't think we've talked about on Market Check in a while, but it has been kind of quietly perking up over the last few weeks.
I know. I looked at it like a month ago and I was like, shh.
So what is this?
This is bond market volatility. And we want this to be going straight down in a straight line.
Yes.
Ideally. But yeah, that was COVID spike. I don't really that was what was that? March of 23.
That was SVB.
Are you sure? I thought that was
that was the little mini banking crisis we had right before they did the Fed Now.
Me and my buddy were talking about this. Like the years since COVID have seriously blended together. Like I remember 2022 well solely because crypto was down only, but like I really thought SVB was in 2022. I'm going to be honest.
What did this do on the last election? Like 2020, looks like it spiked as well.
That was COVID.
Oh, that was COVID.
But 2020 election, November.
Oh, wow. It moved up into the election and then got crushed. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. It did get smacked. And then 2016, it moved up into the election and then got absolutely hammered. Right here. Where was the last one? Where was it? Here? No. 2020. Yeah, so it looks more like this one, honestly. Like kind of grinding down and then pop and then zero instead of, I mean, COVID kind of screwed this up, but I guess it was the same. But then it trended up for a while, which was not great, but the market still went up during this time.
Yeah, it's interesting that it went up with the market.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how correlated this is with the dollar.
Is the DXY going up in a big way right now? And it's still kind of getting
They look
stuck
pretty similar,
right where
don't
we.
I think we can still come up to 104.55, 58. That's where we rejected last time. We bounced off of the range lows, or at least for in the short term.
Damn, look at that wick.
Yeah.
Okay, so was this? Dude. That is
somewhere an FVG bro is screaming from the ceiling or from the rooftop.
Yeah.
Did you know that it went perfectly at the 50 level of the FVG? God.
It actually did, though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, Tommy, we're all FVG bros here.
No, I know. I'm kind of like subtweeting one person in particular. That's not on this panel.
Yeah, I noticed that. I didn't want to notice it, but I noticed it. Ugh.
Jesus. That is one of the most savage lower time frame moves I've seen in a while.
You have to just laugh. Like there's nothing else.
Like,
you can do.
it's more of the same.
Thank you for your coins.
You know, it's just like, yeah, trapped, liquidated. You know, it'll be trapped.
We just shed
liquidated.
2 billion in OI. Just got shed on that move.
Did it really?
That's all it is.
Yeah. And then we're gonna trap and liquidate and trap and liquidate. And this will be what we do until the election happens. Study.
Leave it on the chart or just hide it.
I'll literally leave these on the chart and see if it actually works.
Jeez, man. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, people are just so horny for that outcome next week. The outcome that they think is happening, that they just feel a necessity to lever up at range highs so that they don't miss the breakout. But
do you not feel the masculine urge to lever up at range highs?
It's longing your longs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty natural to see turbulence near range highs and lows, though. So
yeah, 100%.
but that was a pretty manipulative move right there. That also makes me happy that I'm really not trading perps anymore, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, like, I always hammer home on our Discord calls. Like, I think the people who are just trying to short or long the market are very much doing it for clout purposes, because it's been pretty clear for a few months now that the best instrument to express a long bias, right? I know I'm not talking about like a small position, right? I'm talking about like people lever up a big percentage of their net worth because they have conviction in the way that the market's about to trade. But it's been pretty clear that futures and perps have not been the vehicle to express a bias for like 4 or 5 months now. I mean, look at the way that the market trades around market extremities, and you will pick up on that pretty quickly. The fact that there are still people trading perps within this range is just insane to me. But I don't know. I think leverage is kind of like a bit of a drug, isn't it?
I'll put the fries in the bag. You need ketchup, sir. Oh man.
Fries in the bag. You going to Five Guys?
Tommy, I lurked in your Discord the other day, and I saw you talking about this. I need you to elaborate.
I mean, I don't really have like too much commentary on it, right? It's like dark pools in TradFi, but we have them during New York hours. So it's kind of, I don't know. I think what you have is like market makers with a huge amount of inventory and supply probably OTCing sellers' Bitcoins and facilitating the purchase that then TradFi will acquire. I think a lot of the market maker might be like Coinbase, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that a lot of the transacting is being done through effectively like a dark pool. So there's very little impact on price. There's no clarity as far as like what's happening. It's just we get the flows at the end of the day. We see the price action. Our brains extrapolate, but it's pretty clear that like, I mean, these orders are not just hitting the books directly, because if they were, we would be trading much higher.
I know, but is it a time? Is it a matter of time?
I really don't know.
Until
I mean, eventually you're going to shoot through the supply, and there's going to be a noticeable shift in the way that ETF flows hit the market.
Yeah, I was going to say at some point, whoever is selling the supply, aka distributing, right, runs out, and these guys have to go somewhere to get supply. Correct?
Yeah. No, I mean, eventually it's going to squeeze the crap out of the market. I don't really know what's going on right now, and I think that's part of the problem. I think that was a reason Gary Gensler initially kind of pushed back on the Bitcoin ETF, was that, you know, you could buy in custody at the same way as a normal ETF, but there wasn't as much transparency in the way that the transactions occurred. And we're seeing that right now.
Didn't Coinbase do something to change that like a couple months ago, where they had to like record, they couldn't record it off chain anymore or some shit?
I am not sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
I feel like I kind of do. I think Coinbase is like custodying the Bitcoin, or is like the intermediary between the sellers and buyers, and is like just holding on to that inventory until it finds a buyer. I think that's how it works, but I'm not entirely sure. I really haven't, like, I'm not what's his name, James Seffiard or whatever, the guy who tweeted about the ETF all the time. I'm not as like well versed in how the ETFs work, but it is like, it's weird that we have so much inflow coming in a single week, and like 2 billion in market buys. If you were doing that on perps, you can see it in the books. But with the ETFs, for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to have quite the same impact. Yet. That's the key word, yet.
Yeah.
Well, who is it? It was John Brown, right? That said the road from all-time high to 110K will be pretty arduous as we chew through supply, but then the road from 110 to 200K will probably be basically in a straight line.
Yeah, because you can see supply between here and 100 basically, and the ancient whales will still be just OTCing until you get to 100 probably.
I don't even know who's selling.
I know.
I just wish there was more transparency in the way that these ETFs.
Who's selling is some nerd who bought Bitcoin. It's Magoo, man. It's Magoo. He mined Bitcoin like a freak in 2010, and
zero cost basis.
Yeah, zero cost basis, and he's whatever. I mean, I don't actually buy that. He's probably just LARPing. It's fine, but sorry,
so personal.
I'm taking shots right now, but it's all good.
He owns an island. He doesn't care.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm gonna need to see POI. When do you see proof of island?
Proof of island.
Yeah.
Crypto fixes this. Somehow.
Crypto does fix this.
You're telling me I can't put real estate on the blockchain? What about my Bored Ape real estate?
Ondo fixes this, Tommy.
What does that coin look like? I saw it kind of perked up a few days ago.
Ondo fixes this. Is unreal.
Because you have the deck setting on with crypto.
I know.
The Ondo condo boys.
Yes. Have condos been acquired with Ondo yet?
For seed investors.
Maybe if you bought right here, yeah, for seed investors.
No, I couldn't believe when a friend told me how much he was making from the Ondo seed. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm so bearish on Ondo now.
Dude, it was the same thing with Dimension. Like some of the numbers that I saw and heard about people were making on TGE, they were up like millions of dollars. I was like, okay. And they could just cheat their staking rewards immediately. I was like, this is such a problem.
100x GK. This does not look like Moo Moo. What are you talking about, bruv? What are you talking about? You want to see a good looking chart.
Let's look at some of the soul shit coins. I saw Retardio was green.
Dude, Retardio absolutely melted face the last couple days. It just trades so schizophrenically. It's wild.
Who could have foreseen Retardio trading schizophrenically?
It's in the name.
Who could have seen the
Edgy
bottom?
metas with lots of volume. I think I can guess why it's trading that way.
Yeah, man, it's leg 2 loading. Give me the 2618. Give me the 2618. But he said it looks like Moo Moo, bro. No, Moo Moo looks good, man. Here, let me just delete all this. Moo Moo just grinds higher and will eventually fill the wick at 800 mil, and that's the prophecy. So, yeah. I mean, Tommy, what's your take on this chart?
I have no read on this chart, I'll be honest.
You have no
It's like one of those soul coins that's slow grinding up forever.
Forever?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really not very good at playing soul coins, I'll be honest.
Just do this forever.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Oh, shit. I don't know what I did.
Because it kind of reminds me of something like Retardio, where there were a few times, and you've talked about this dynamic, Tucker, a few times I literally thought it was over and going to zero, and then it just somehow bounces. And I'm just like, well, I don't understand the market structure of this chart.
Yeah, you have to throw classical market structure out the absolute window with Solana. I don't know why, but you do.
Any other soul coins that are popping off today, Tucker? I know that's
We
your
got some more shillers.
Oh,
what
no.
do we got?
Not yet.
They don't seem, they're not as aggressive. You guys need to.
They were here yesterday.
Yeah, and their coins at 38 mil, so that's not as bad. So
that's not permission to raid the stream, though.
Yeah, don't spam. Please don't spam, but you can continue to observe the stream. Other soul coins that are sending, I mean, guys, we've been talking about this for a long time. Who could have seen the anchored VWAP? Goodness gracious. So clean. Also, this was this to a T on a lower time frame, to an absolute T.
I remember when you pointed that out. I think it was on the Giga Chad call.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you're literally, huh?
It was either on the call or in your channel. I remember you pointing that out.
I put it in my channel, I think, too, but like you do this thing, it looks like distribution, and you're breaking down another soul coin that just makes you think it's cooked, and then rip, and then same thing, and then rip. I mean, yeah, I don't know. You just have to believe in something on Solana, I guess. It's really the only way to do it.
Do you believe in Solana?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Solana shitters pump so much harder right now than anything else, but you also, it's kind of a Jeet fest sometimes, you know.
Yeah, like sub 100 mil is a Jeet fest on Solana.
It really is. But if you can get into the right ones, they pump hard, man.
That's true. But if you can get into some that are like hanging out above 100, like you're golden. You're absolutely golden.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like there's like a cooker above like in kind of into that ceiling we've been discussing. That goat kind of smashed through, but outside of that 300, 500 million ceiling, it's like there's a runner that gets to that level almost every other week or every week.
It's about once a month, bro. It's like once a month there is a cabal coin literally that runs to like 500 mil, like once, like Mudang, Goat. There was another one recently, I can't remember, but you could literally catch it like once a month.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm glad somebody mentioned it, but Ponky looks pretty good. I think the setup, I think our Discord members didn't like that I said it looked like IWM, but it kind of looks like IWM. That structure at the top.
I see the vertical accumulation. Yeah.
No, it definitely looks like IWM. Right, like right here.
I think like even the drop, like it made the slight deviation above the high and then dipped all the way down, form another accumulation range. Like that's basically exactly what IWM did. Right?
The old IWMTA.
This is what they come here for, right?
It is. I mean, yeah, like you accumulated, you popped, you accumulated again.
Bull chopping.
Now you're just bull chopping.
I have a fractal I would want to put on Ponky, but I'm going to keep it to myself and give it to you guys after the stream because I'm going to assume the like button is not high enough to justify me saying it.
That's fair. That's fair. What's it at?
Let's look.
Oh no, we're sub 200. That just can't do it. It's Friday, guys. It's Friday.
Oh my goodness.
And you can't even blame the dump that happened on stream because we were up a lot when we first went live.
We were.
Where they cheated on us.
Oh no, the cash contract.
All right. Enjoy. Wait, no, we need Pike and a she, of course.
Hey guys, do us a solid. If you're here, just take one moment out of your busy watching schedule and just hit that like button. That's all you got to do. You're sitting there, you're enjoying Market Check. You just got to hit the like button, guys. It really helps the channel grow. I wish it didn't matter, but it matters a ton. So if you can do us a favor, just hit that like button, support the channel, support the crew, do what you can, right? Do what you, this is a funny comment. United Chiefs. But yeah, guys, for real. And if you're watching on Twitter, hit the retweet button, hit the like button, leave us a comment, guys. Soybeans are literally in free fall right now, man. This is bad time to be in soybeans.
Against the Netherlands Antillean Guilder.
What is that?
I don't even know what that is, bro.
I don't either.
Can we denominate it in 1 inch?
Yes. Oh, down only.
So a good time to sell soybeans in a 1 inch.
Wasn't there like a 1 inch hack yesterday too?
Maybe. It's still up only against soybeans.
But yeah, how are soybeans performing against Litecoin? I really need to know that, Tucker.
Same.
Down only.
Well,
let's look at the all-time price history. Why don't we?
I kind of like that structure. Like, I feel like it could maybe hold around here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe good time to sell your Litecoin into soybeans. You know? Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of DMT a little bit. Don't ask me why.
The drug?
No, the chart.
Louis,
I had to clarify because I don't know if they all know the coin.
Louis, you have any charts, Louis?
Yeah. I was looking at the DXY. I could share a screen here.
I want some Louis Tuesday in my life.
Yeah.
The comments are cracking me up today, I swear.
Study vegetables.
Yeah, Tommy loves DMT and puppets.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does. I mean, true
correlated
signal.
assets.
Goes hand in hand. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and I mean, I talked about this a while ago. I haven't looked at it more recently, but when we were here on the DXY, I was expecting a bounce. Obviously, it looked like we were going to bleed lower than range lows. And then we got our bounce, right? And I was like, okay, well, if we're bouncing on the DXY from range lows, like I wanted to find an example of what it looked like the last time we bounced from range lows, which was here, right? And if you look at the price action from when we bounced from range lows on the DXY, basically almost back to range highs, which eventually we got there, right? We had a sizable move for Bitcoin, about 70 to 80% move to the upside. So when we did see this move initially on the DXY, I was like, normally you seeing a move like this in the DXY would make me a little cautious and nervous. But looking at the data that I saw was that, a DXY bouncing off range lows isn't necessarily bearish for Bitcoin, right? And what we saw was, we had a bounce off range lows. Bitcoin kind of more or less chopped sideways. This is with the ETF. Then we had our dump, right? But then eventually, we ended up rallying. Let me pull this up a little bit higher here. Eventually, we ended up rallying, right? And that was a big move, basically back to old all-time highs, and we kind of surpassed it here. So and we're kind of seeing something similar, right? Like we had our bounce from range lows, we kind of had our little sell-off, and now we're starting that like uptrend on Bitcoin, which I think will end up ultimately being a large push to the upside for Bitcoin, not just looking at this chart, but just where we are, in the cycle and everything. So this is more confluence for me, telling me that, once we do get, that an eventual pullback in the DXY, like we saw here, that's when we saw the real parabolic move, like basically from, 50K to 72 was during this pullback. So whether the DXY tops here, last time it came up to 104.60, which is this line right here, maybe we come up a little higher, right? And then maybe pull back, because this isn't gonna, do this forever, right? I am expecting another, sizable rally in Bitcoin, and it's kind of playing out very similar. So I thought this was an interesting data point to point out that, like, hey, yeah, DXY is rallying, but looking at context, what we've seen in previous times has bounced in this similar fashion. We've seen upside for Bitcoin, so it's not necessarily bullish. And if anything, it's actually looking pretty bullish in Bitcoin's favor here. If we get a similar type of rally pullback, and we continue to see a nice impulse up for Bitcoin. So I'm sure you're gonna be seeing a lot about the DXY. If you haven't seen it already, I've been seeing it a bunch, right? People saying, oh, DXY is rallying, bearish for risk assets, this and that, whatever. But looking at this example, you can see where the DXY rallies hard off of range lows, and Bitcoin rallies even harder alongside that. So I really do like this comparison. I don't even think we get back up here, in my opinion. I think this is, if we were to top around here for the DXY, I think this is like the last kind of impulse before we end up trading lower, down into this $99, $98 area. So this is telling me that we should have a sizable move for Bitcoin coming. It's not an end all be all, right? It's just one data point that I'm looking at. But this looks good to me. This looks like it's playing out very similar to what we saw back in this time, which was this was January of this year, basically beginning of this year. And if I had to point out a specific point, maybe we're here, right? Maybe we're here. We had a run, our first little run. We had a little pullback, and then we go, right? So if
Louis, I have a
we're
question.
anywhere,
I have a
yes.
question for you about this. So we've been in this DXY range for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. Do you anticipate this range breaking on the next drive to the range low and then bouncing again, and we're stuck in purgatory forever? Or what do you think?
Yeah, I would expect the range lows to give out on this. Given just where how many times you've tested range lows, we've deviated range highs twice. It all depends on this move, right? Which with the backdrop of where we are in the cycle, inflation, the amount of money printing that's going on, it wouldn't make much sense for this, right? If it does, then there's something else completely going on that's out of our control and whatever. But we're not going to try to predict black swans, right? So if that doesn't happen, which is the least likely scenario, this is what you would call probably a dead cat bounce. I mean, and they can be pretty lethal, in my opinion. At rate loans bounce, but if we do pull back here, come back down here, I don't see another giant impulse like we saw 1, 2, 3. Eventually, that the old saying, the more times a resistance is tested, the more likely it is to break, right? And then we can start trading lower. So this to me is the final gasp of air.
I figured out why we nuked just a few minutes ago.
What happened?
It's because somebody filed for an XRP ETF.
I saw that. 21 shares, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are seeing some XRP outperformance today. Holding strong here at a 1.67% increase on the day. Those are big numbers for XRP. So congrats to the XRP army. Congrats to me. Yeah, so I mean, no, to answer your question, no, I think this is probably the last gasp of air, before we, come back into rate flows and then eventually break it. Which would be bullish for risk assets, right? And that's kind of the whole thesis behind investing in assets at this point in time. It's you're kind of betting on the devaluation of the dollar, right? And if the dollar is devaluing, why would you want to hold US dollars? You wouldn't, right? You'd want to hold assets that will hold value compared to the US dollar, which is why, we're seeing stuff like gold, stocks continue to rally. And it just happens to be we're in crypto, right? So we're kind of the last, asset class to usually catch up and rally. So, it is a little frustrating. It's a little annoying. We have to wait. But at the end of the day, if the dollar continues to trend lower, which we all kind of up here agree on, that will bode well for assets, holding anything other than the dollar. So like, I don't see anything in the future where investors are going to be like, oh, I need to hold the US dollar here. Like, I don't see anything like that happening. So if that doesn't happen, likely this trend, I mean, we're ranging. So it's not really a trend, but from looking at the DXY and the backdrop of everything, I would predict, range lows giving out eventually after this last rally. And then you get your blow off, and large move for assets, including crypto. So to answer that's how I would think about it.
Back above 70, bro.
I have a fun game to play.
Hmm.
How low do we think the dollar goes by 2030?
2030?
Sub 80.
Well, it depends whether or not they back it with Bitcoin, Tommy.
I don't want that, bro. I want the dollar to literally nuke forever against Bitcoin. I don't want any.
How would you like to transact?
Huh?
How would you like to transact?
Well, I don't know. Are you Michael Sailoring me right now?
No, I don't want to transact in Bitcoin. That sounds like
I don't. Hell no, bro. I want to just spend cash and hold Bitcoin that appreciates forever, and then I can borrow against my Bitcoin to access more worthless dollars that I can spend.
Yeah,
I want to store my equity in Bitcoin. I want to store my equity in Bitcoin, collateralize it, and borrow my debt, my dollars against it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my dream. I don't want to spend Bitcoin, but a lot of people would disagree with me. They're like, I want Bitcoin to be the payment rail of the future.
It's a terrible payment rail.
It's bad tech. It's slow. But
can you invert the chart?
Huh?
Can you invert the chart?
Invert it? Yeah, definitely.
And can you zoom out back to like 2000? Just include the last 25 years in the picture.
Fifth from the top. There you go.
There we go. And then zoom out to where?
To include since 2000.
You got to go to a different Dixie, I think.
This doesn't go. Okay, hold on.
Oh, you're on the capital.com chart?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to use TBC.
TBC.
There we go.
Dude, what if we close the day back at the highs for Bitcoin? Wouldn't that be something?
Possible.
70.4? Dude.
Where do you guys think this chart is going?
Wait, real quick. When we dropped, there was a certain account that was summoned in the Discord. It came out for a minute, and he is back in hiding now.
Let me see. Did he come out?
So-
Oh, he came out of the woodwork, bro. Yeah, big time.
There he is. Nasty wig.
Yeah, so this is something I'd be looking to long, right? Inverted, right? It looks like we deviated this massive level here at 104, got back inside, and like I'd be looking for longs to head back the other way. Probably come into.
Do we see that? It's maybe like 2013. That, yeah, right up in there, bro. But like even higher, the supply up there.
Yeah.
Right, just above that to the left, like that whole cluster
Up here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, anywhere in here is fine. That's enough for me.
That's real. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what happened here? 80. What happened in 85? Was that when they were just?
It's the milkshake, bro.
That was probably when Reagan took office the first time, or no, the second.
No,
time.
that's when they took it off the gold standard, isn't it?
Yeah,
no, that was in the 70s.
That was early 70s.
That was early 70s, and it went straight down.
Well, but if you were just trading a chart looking at the dollar potentially reclaiming that 100 to 101 level, right?
Yeah.
More recently, where would you expect that to top? I don't know.
Maybe
50?
this right here.
40 or 50.
Yeah.
Like impulse of the move, 78, 79. Or just come up and fill up to here. Well, 83.
Minimum.
Somewhere in this range. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I like when you look at it this way, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at right there. Was like, where would I be calling top if that's a reclaim and the dollar starts ripping on that chart, which would imply that the dollar starts nuking. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that to me is like Bitcoin super cycle, meme coin super cycle. I mean, I don't know about VC coins, but like I feel very confident in things like Bitcoin and meme coins doing really well. Specifically Doge. Can you imagine like what it would mean? What that would say about the US dollar if one Dogecoin was worth the same amount as a dollar?
I mean, I would love that. That'd be hilarious.
It would be.
I mean, here's the thing, man, the dollar is only worth anything because most people don't understand what it actually is. Like if everybody thought like we did, bro, the dollar would be at zero already, Like people are still under this illusion that like, bro, I've told this story before. It was like 2 Thanksgivings ago. I was having my cousin's boyfriend, who's now they're engaged or whatever. He was there. He went to MIT. He's got like a double major in whatever, business and aerospace engineering or something like that. His parents work for like the UN, like grew up in like Geneva or something. I don't know, man. It's just one of those guys, man. One of those guys. And he was talking to me about crypto and was like, it's just not backed by anything. I don't like it, whatever. And I was like, why do you like the dollar? And he just goes, well, the dollar's backed by gold. This was a few years ago. This man, and I'm not trying to pick on him. He's a nice guy, but I'm like, this guy represents one of the most educated demographics of people. And he was under the illusion that the dollar is actually collateralized by a hard asset of some type.
Max, I had another a buddy of mine's father who's been in the stock market for 30 years. He's a broker and worked in equities his whole life. And he said the same exact thing. He was like, oh, well, he's like, well, what? I don't get Bitcoin. Everyone, that's why I don't even bring it up anymore. It's just like, I don't get Bitcoin. And they make you try to like convince them to like why, and they're already set. They don't like it. And that's like, well, I mean, the dollar is likely going to continue devaluing. He's like, what do you mean? Like the dollar's backed by gold. And I was like, it's not. It's backed by the U.S. military. That's about it, and there's no cap on supply, so they're going to continue to inflate the value of the currency. Like it's happened historically over basically.
People look
since
at you
the
like you're
humans.
crazy too when you say
Yeah.
that. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, like here's the
They're like,
crazy
oh,
guy.
yeah. Oh, it's not Bitcoin. It's not backed by anything. Yeah, well, neither is the dollar. I mean, other than the U.S. military, which I wouldn't fuck with. But
Have you seen that funny meme where it's like the dollar's not backed by anything, and then it's like a
Yeah.
giant aircraft carrier, like
warships,
yeah,
Unreal.
like eagle flying overhead? I'm like, well, it's backed by backed by a few things.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's backed
but
by
there's
force and aggression.
right.
You
But
know?
that's not going to stop them from continuing to print money out of thin air, unless
Oh,
that
hell no.
stops. Yeah, so yeah, people still think that. It's crazy.
I mean, that's why when people ask me what I do for work that I don't know, I just go, yeah, I just go, yeah, I'm in real estate. Like I don't want to talk about it.
Real estate.
Because then it's like if I say what I do, they just think you're a freak, man. They think you're a complete freakazoid.
I talk about crypto with my friends that I met on the internet, and one goes by Snorlax, and the other goes by Hagrid, and we talk about Bitcoin. And then, have you heard of a coin called Andy? Like it's just, I don't want to do all that, man. I don't want to do all that. I didn't sign up for this. I'm just minding my business. You asked what I do for work. I'm in real estate. Oh, he's a nice, responsible young man. Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Oh God. Yeah. My parents still don't even know. When people ask my parents, what does Lewis do? Oh yeah, he's a Bitcoin analyst. That's what they do. Dude, I'm a Bitcoin analyst. He does that Bitcoin thing. I don't know.
You know what? Okay, that made me think of something. So once in a while, my wife will like tell someone that like I have a company called Because Bitcoin, and they'll be like, "Oh, so he like works for Bitcoin?" Like they think
like, yeah.
He's the CEO. Yeah, he's the CEO of Bitcoin.
They just don't understand it, man. There's been a major failure on the educational forefront of what's happening and why Bitcoin is doing what it's doing. Why
it's just so funny because it was the same thing in like 2018, 2019, 2020. Like I'm trying to tell everyone, listen, like I'm buying this stuff. You guys should be buying this stuff. Shut up, Blue. You don't know what you're talking about. Right. And then you're the idiot for 3 years. And then 2021, everyone comes to you. Oh man, he knew what he was talking about. He's smart. What do we should buy? I'm like, this is probably like close to the top, guys. You're gonna lose all your money. Nah, you don't know what you're talking about.
It goes real quick from get a real job cupcake to hey, what do you think I should buy?
Exactly. No, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it's that sentiment type of indicator where it's like, have you seen the video where like this girl just goes around asking random people, hey, do you know the price of Bitcoin? Like no one knows. Then they don't know. They're like, $47. Like,
I saw a video where this guy was asking a bunch of random people, would you rather have $1 Bitcoin or $100? And the girl was like, $100 right now. $100. Bitcoin was probably like $50K at the time.
Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah. So that's how you know where we are in this cycle for sure. Because everyone will start to know the price of Bitcoin when we're trading 80, 90, 100K. And
I'll be happy to sell them my shit coins.
Yeah.
50x higher than here. I'll be happy to sell it to them.
Yeah, that's how it works. You just gotta stick through the bullshit.
Here, can I show you this coin I bought so you know how it works? This is how you hit the sell button. Full stack.
Full stack. There were so many signs last cycle.
That's probably what happened with Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. He was just trying to show someone how to buy and sell, and he accidentally full stacked. But actually, where we're at in the show is time for Tommy to tell you about our premium offerings.
Tommy,
please.
All right, let's talk about it. Why don't we? All right, guys. So some products before we officially wrap up for the show. I mean, we have been cooking very hard for you here at BB. Obviously, as you know, we come and we show up every single day, but in the background, we are also still working for you guys relentlessly to build out best-in-class products, one of which being the BB terminal, right? If you are interested in a product that has data syndication, data aggregation, that's designed by traders for traders, and that's not just active traders in the market, right? The people who trade futures and perps, there's definitely a spot for those people in the BB terminal, right? With things like derivative data. Obviously, that's my primary use out of the BB terminal, but we also are building best-in-class products for degens as well. So, if you love to be in the trenches, if you love being in Solana on chain, Soon there will be something for you as well with the BB terminal that is, like I said, best in class and will be your go-to tool for this cycle. So we'll continue to build it out, continue to make it better. And we were even nice enough to package it with our Discord, which I would say both are probably undervalued based on the value that we provide, right? The Discord especially, right? And I will harp on it every single day, guys. We are on calls with you all 4 to 5 hours every single day. You can ask our subscribers. That's not a LARP. That's absolutely the reality that you get when you sign up for the Discord. You get access to our positioning, our real-time thoughts on the market, and really how we're viewing things throughout the day, right? Like that's our home base. But like I said, we were nice enough to package it with the terminal. So if you are looking, like I said, for that best in class product, that go-to tool to use throughout the cycle, and you're looking for a community to be a part of that also provides so much alpha, we have packaged those things together for you at a discounted rate. And you can see those pictured on the screen that Max has up right now. Of course, we also have BB Wealth Management. BB Wealth Management. Maybe you're not interested in the Discord. Maybe you're not interested in the terminal. Maybe you're just interested in having the team manage funds for you. Well, lucky for you, we are an SEC registered hedge fund now. And we manage digital assets in a way that looks to capture their asymmetric history for upside returns while also balancing the downside risks posed in any financial market. So becoming an LP or an accredited investor is something that interests you. Make sure to check out the description below, shoot us an email, and we will get back to you as quickly as we can. Don't forget about the BB Academy either, guys. I loved hearing the feedback from you guys this week about how much you guys are learning from that, and how much, and even hearing from some people who are actively in the course right now, right? Because there are a lot of those guys that are in the Discord, but are also in the BB Academy. And I just love to see that you guys are being able to learn from what is, in my opinion, the best course that you can find probably on all of CT, right? I mean, how many courses, how much educational content can you find where you learn from 4, 5, 6 traders even that have absolutely crushed the market, and they've done it in a myriad of different ways. I think it was Max that highlighted it yesterday or the day before, but there are a lot of ways to win in crypto. There's not one size fits all. And there might not be one size fits all for you. So going through the BB Academy and seeing all the different ways that our analysts, like I said, they trade markets, analyze markets, and really just construct charts. I mean, Max even has that Trading View course for you if you are looking to make your charts constructed in a similar fashion to his. But really, the full course, guys, I mean, it is an exceptional product. And I'm really, really excited to be reading and hearing the feedback that you guys have been giving on it. But if you love Market Check today or at any point this week, because obviously the market was pretty volatile this week, right? It was a fun week to go on stream for you all. But we'll be back for another episode tomorrow at 11 a.m. Not tomorrow. What am I saying? Tomorrow, Saturday, Monday, we will be back for another episode. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and a reminder that we are live Monday through Friday, the same time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. We also have Market Talk with King Wabi, who has been absolutely crushing the Solana trenches recently. So if that's your cup of tea, absolutely make sure to tune in for his show later this afternoon. We always schedule those spaces ahead of time through our Twitter, because Bitcoin. So make sure to stay following and subscribed so you can be notified, not just when we schedule those spaces, but also when we go live. But that's it from us, guys. We hope that you've had a great start to your Friday, a great week. Like I said, it has been a little bit volatile this week, but I hope we're all having fun, and we'll see you all again on Monday. So thank you again. And as always, have a great weekend and stay safe.